Hey Scribbler. Hey Scribbler. Hey Scribbler. Hey Scribbler. Hey Scribbler. I got a story we can narrate. First chapter. Your eyelids slowly raise as you pull out of your unconscious state. Looking around the room, something seems odd. By the looks of it, you're in a hospital, and your depth perception is rather off. Twilight and Pinkie stand beside you, both with worried looks. Anon, thank goodness you're finally awake. We were so worried you didn't make it, Twilight says. Didn't make it? What are you talking about? They both give each other concerned looks. You mean you don't remember? Pinkie asks. No, what happened? Twilight puts her hoof on your right shoulder. You were in an accident. Last night you broke into Applejack's farm, sniffed all her paint thinner, set her farm ablaze, and forgot that you were inside the barn in your high state. Reaching for the blanket, you try to lift it off yourself, but something was wrong. Your left arm wasn't lifting. Looking over to the left side of your body, you scream out in horror. Where's the left half of my body? Pinkie's face begins to stretch from ear to ear. Don't worry, Anon. Twilight turns to her, anger filling her face. Pinkie, don't do it! He's not in a state of stability right now! Pinkie disregards Twilight, and finishes anyway. Everything is going to be all right. Huh?
Hey Wuten, hey Wuten, hey Wuten. That was pretty weak. Jeez, are you thirsty? Even piss is acceptable at this point. The hot summer sun beats down on you just like a Kentucky redneck does on his wife after a hard day of drinking. Its relentless downpour of heat was practically bringing you to your knees. Every single store was out of things to drink because the ponies had known this heat wave was going to happen. You arrive at the last store, the one you dreaded entering. Sugar Cube Corner. Slowly opening the door, you peek inside and see Pinkie sitting behind the counter drinking a can of Dr. Pony. Your eyes widen as she downs the sweet liquid. Swinging the door open, you enter the Pink Demon's domain. Hey, Pinkie, do you have any more Dr. Pony?
Of course, Anonymous,
she giggles as she dips beneath the counter. You begin heading towards the counter until she jumps out and pegs a can at your chest. The can makes solid contact, knocking you over. You hold your chest in pain as the can hits the ground and sprays pop everywhere. Pinkie quickly runs over to you, a look of concern on her face.
Anonymous, are you all right?
Grabbing the pink menace by the scruff of her neck, you bring her face to yours. Why in the hell would you do that? She tries to suppress her laughter, but clearly does a horrible job of it.
Sorry, I didn't think you'd get hurt because it was a soft drink.
Oh, God. Not only did you get me to swear, not only did you get me to make wife-beating jokes, you got me to make a bad pun. Joy.
Okay, Wuten. Challenge accepted. Sitting patiently in your seat, you await the teacher's arrival. It's already been 20 minutes past the beginning of the class. Where could she be? This class on pony history was something you looked forward to, but there was one factor that made it a miserable time. Pinkie, your desk neighbor, is busy babbling away about some party she threw for some pony. She does this every fucking time. You lost focus of the conversation about 10 minutes ago, but that doesn't stop her from continuing on. The doorknob begins to jiggle before reluctantly swinging open. Something was off. This wasn't your normal teacher. The light grey mare walks into the classroom and places her bag on the desk. She grabs a piece of chalk and begins to write her name on the board. Derpy Hooves. Hello, class. My name is Miss Hooves, and I'll be subbing for your teacher today. Small murmurs begin to spread around the room, all pointing out one thing. She was cross-eyed. A few mares giggled at it as you throw them an evil glare. It was impolite to laugh at some pony, regardless if they had a problem or not. Now, please just open your textbooks to page 300. Her sentence is cut off as a spitball hits her on the forehead. One of the stallions begins to throw paper balls at the mare as the two mares in the back begin to talk again. Class, please, settle down. We have a lesson to cover. The noise in the room increases to 11 as the deafening screams of students bounce throughout it. Miss Hoos tries her best to try and calm the class, but she receives no results. Tears fill her eyes as she runs out of the room. Shaking her head, you now turn to Pinkie, who was wearing a grin so large you were certain she was a cartoon character. Before you can even stop her, she says it. "I guess she couldn't handle her pupils." "Yes, that is very punny. Ha ha!"
Wow, a strand of casual spaghetti and a bag of grumpy British tea. Narrating terrible puns. Why the fuck am I doing this? Look at everyone! Kate Bug is on the scene! Using the lantern around as a silent guide, you continue your search for more firewood. This camping trip was a real drag, and by drag, you mean you were dragged into it. Literally. Applejack didn't want to go by herself, so she dragged you along. And that pink monster. With the bundle under one arm and the lantern in your hand, you begin heading back to the camp. Among the trees you can see the fire. Something was off, however. The fire was larger than normal. Oh shit! The campsite is up in flames, sprinting off like an Olympic runner, hyped up on cocaine. You make your way for the camp. Pinkie! Applejack! Where are you guys? Applejack sleepily exits her tent and realizes the situation. Looking over at the tent, you notice Pinkie is in flames. Yay. The nobleman in you dives in and scoops up the terrified Pinkie cowering in the corner before the fires begin consuming the entire tent. Making your way for the exit, you narrowly escape. You place Pinkie down once you and Applejack get a faraway distance from the fire. Applejack turns to her friend, ensuring she is all right. Pinkie, are you okay? Pinkie turns to you with a shit-eating grin smothering her face.
I'm glad I got out of there in time. That heat was intense. Get it? 'Cause tense!
Ah, guys, wasn't that funny? No, it wasn't. It was a terrible pun. And I hope Wuten chokes on a fucking filthy faggotry spaghetti. But of course I say that with tilde loves.
Poor Twilight. Poor, poor Twilight. It was supposed to be a harmless joke. How did it turn to this? Looking at the poor unicorn lying on the hospital bed, you remember what happened that day. You and Rainbow decided to have a prank war, and Twilight was to be the victim. Rainbow did a few mediocre tricks. Buckets of water when opening the door, sneezing powder, kitty stuff to say the least. You, on the other hand, want to level up. Saran wrap under the toilet seat, leaving poop in a random place of our house, and a few other pranks you kind of regret doing now. But the one you regret doing the most was the one that put her in here. You taped an air horn to the wall next to her front door while she was out one day. Sitting in a bush outside her house, you began giggling like a little girl as she opened the door. The door opened against the air horn, letting out the loud screech that would make a European woman jealous. Your sides hit the point left the universe as she nearly jumped out of her skin. Trying your hardest, you walk to her to rub it in her face. Hey, Twilight, I got you good, huh? She looks at you and cocks her head.
What?
She screams.
I can't hear you.
After a few hours, it was inevitable. She had gone deaf, and now you were here in the hospital with all her friends, hoping that the doctor could do something. The doctor walks in with clipboard and looks it over. I'm afraid to say it, but your friend might be permanently deaf. A few gasps let out around the room as you and Rainbow bow your heads down. The silence in the room is broken after a few minutes. Pinkie turns to the doctor wearing her signature grin.
If you lose your hearing, is it irreplaceable?
Reading of something, I don't even know what the fuck is this, but the chapter soap. Stinky. Stinky, stinky, stinky. Goodness, did you spell? It's been quite a few days since you've had a shower, but it was for a good reason. There was a drought recently, so using the water for anything other than drinking was prohibited. Looking around, you weren't the only one. Ponies all around were stinking up the town. Now, that's rhyme. What you guys needed was a good downpour to come, but in the meantime, it looked like Ponyville was going to stink it up. Making your way into the sugar-cooped corner, you sit down at the table with Dash, who invited you out for lunch. She stung the worst out of everybody since she was into the whole athletics thing. Covering her nose, she points and decides to have some fun with you. Jeez, Anon, you smell like something a cat would drag in. Giving her a smirk, you pinch your nose and follow in a suit. God, Rainbow, if I didn't know any better, I'd say you were following this procedure of not taking a shower for a few weeks already. Ooh, that burn. She chuckles and taps on the table. Hey, Pinkie, almost done with our lunch? All done. You hear in the opposite room. Pinkie walks in with a tray of cupcakes, looking exceptionally clean. Pinkie, did you take a shower? You know we're not supposed to use the water for anything other than drinking, right? The evil grin crawls across her face. Oh, I haven't showered in years. Rainbow turns to her in confusion. How do you manage to stay so clean then? Before you can stop her, Pinkie says it. I used to be addicted to soap, but I'm clean now. Fuck you guys. No, really. Fuck you. No, fuck you.
Oh, hell yeah, Wuten. I'd love to read something for you. Wait. Why is everyone leaving? Oh, shit. Today was Hearts-Warming Eve, and boy was it hectic. The amount of customers that rolled into Barnyard Bargains on this day was insane. Even ponies from other towns to buy gifts for their foals and special sum ponies. Use an action verb. And you were stuck wrapping gifts. It wasn't all that bad. It was kind of refreshing to see, actually. Ponies were more than grateful to have you wrap their gifts. You were much faster than the rest of the other employees, because of one reason. You had hands. But there was one pony who was out-wrapping you. That pink demon. Pinkie Pie. You still don't know how she did it so fast. It was just a quick whirl and she was done. But you couldn't let that get to you. You had to win. The employee with the most gifts wrapped by the end of the day got New Year's Eve and day off. As you continued your endeavors, something catches your ears. My dear, you're such a thrill to watch. Your hooves move like lightning. You look to an overly dressed stallion who was talking to Pinkie. I must ask you, dear, would you be willing to work at a toy factory? I could use some pony like you. That grin. It was back. Closing your eyes, you brace yourself for it. Sorry, sir, but I am presently employed. Oh my... Fuck you, Wuten. Fuck you and your love of baking. I'm done. I'm out of here. No more. Bye. I'm out. Freaking done.
All right, it's my turn. It's time to crank up the funk. Let's see here. Digging into the soft ground, you continue your search. The lot was covered from corner to corner in holes, but you were certain that you'd hit it. The stuff they called black gold. Or oil for simpletons who don't know what that means. After hitting the point where your shovel was useless, you wiped the beads of sweat off your forehead. The sun was a brutal mistress. Pulling yourself up out of the hole, you look at your partner who was resting under a tree. The menacing pink spawn of Satan who had fallen asleep on the job. It wasn't that you wanted her to help, but she was the last resort. No one else would help you. Of course not. I wouldn't. Anyway. You shake her shoulder and wake her up. Hey, Pinks, you're up! Pinkie's job was to drill the hard surfaces that you couldn't get through with a shovel. She gives you an annoyed look and returns to her nap. Pinkie, for fuck's sake, get to work! She jumps up like a crack of lightning, bearing her creepy-ass grin in your face. Anon, I don't want to do this anymore. Drilling for oil is boring. I love puns. That was pretty good. All right. Who's next?
So bored. Dear Lord, were you bored? Looking around the room, there was absolutely nothing to do. You guess it would be a good idea to refer to an old pastime when bored. Cooking. But first, you needed some supplies. Heading out to the market, you grab some spaghetti, your favorite food. As you hand the bits to pay for your pasta, a pink blur catches your eye. Looking all around, you don't see it again. You've been avoiding that pink monstrosity for a week now. Grabbing your bag, you quickly make your way home. You begin setting up for your boredom meal by filling up a pot of water. Placing it on the stove, you get ready the spaghetti ready. Okay. Placing it on the stove, you ready the spaghetti. You take a strainer, place it in the sink, and look out the window, nearly shitting yourself from the sight. Pinkie stands in your window with that horrid smile. Making spaghetti just a pasta time away? Now that's using your noodle! Ugh.
Puns. I love puns. Thank you, Wuten. Thank you. Anyway, this chapter is sleeping pills. Let's get started, shall we? No matter how hard you tried, you just can't do it. Sleep would not allow itself upon your person for the past 3 days. You tried all the old school remedies. Warm milk, smooth jazz, even lying in a warm bath. But no matter how hard you tried, you couldn't fall asleep. So you decided it would be best to consult a doctor, which led you to Dr. Stable. After your examination, he hands you a prescription for sleeping pills. Once the appointment is over, you take a short walk over to the pharmacy. Handing over the prescription to the pharmacist, you feel someone tap at your back. You turn around to meet face to face with the pink aberration. "Hi, Anonymous. What are you up to?" "Medicine," you grunt. She tilts her head in confusion. "Are you sick?" You shake your head and turn back to the pharmacist, who has your medicine prepared. Grabbing the bag, you quickly head out of the store and lose Pinkie. Closing your front door, you lock it up tight and close all the shades in your home. There was no need for distractions. Placing the pill box on top of your nightstand, you head into the kitchen to get a glass of water. You return to find Pinkie sitting on your bed. "Pinkie, how did you get in here? Why?" She interrupts you with a loud "shh" before gearing into her devious smile. "Don't make so much noise. These are sleeping pills. You don't want to wake them up." Sleeping pills.
Man, if there was ever a time you wanted some cake, it was right now. Like, it was painful not to have some in your mouth. Standing up from your desk, you head towards that kitchen and you open the fridge. Cider and mustard. You really need to get more food for home. Closing the door, you think about your next action. You could either go with the day without cake and be less like a man, or you could head to that dreaded place, Sugar Cube Corner, Sugar Cube Corner, Sugar Cube Corner. There was nothing wrong with the place, if anything. They had the best damn sweet pie in all of Ponyville. It's that damn Pinkie that threw you away from there. Sometimes, however, a man must put aside for a nice slice of cake. Leaving your home, you begin to walk to the pastry store, keeping an eye out for pig pies long as you go that way. Everything seems good so far. As you open the door of the shop, you peek inside. No signs of Pinkie. You walk up to the counter and ring the bell. Ding, ding, ding. Mrs. Cake comes from the kitchen and greets you. "Oh, Anonymous, it's been so long since we've seen you around here." Scratching the back of your head nervously, you let out a small laugh. "It's been busy lately." "Oh, well, we have a new kitchen now. Care to see?" "Sure," you say with a nod. As you enter the room, you can see a huge difference. The wood has reworked, and the counters were even made with marble. Mr. Cake stands at the counter, presenting a new cake. Like the new kitchen? "Yeah, it's a pretty nice place. You seem to do pretty well as a business. Turning to the two ponies, the question poses itself in your head. What made you guys ever want to become bakers? Pinkie's hand pops up from under the table, sending frosting everywhere.
Because they needed the dough!
It's a damn shame. Looking around the crime scene, nothing but blood and pie layered the place. Your partner was not helping out by eating the evidence either. Unfortunately, you got stuck with rookie Pinkie. This pink nuisance was good, but she drove you mad with her stupid puns. As she continued to eat the pie out of the cabinets, you decided to look at the victim. Deep lacerations in the sternum, a bullet wound to the neck, and Detective Pinkie. You lift the body to find a small toothless alligator underneath, sporting a vest and cliché detective hat. What the hell is this? That's my pet alligator Gummy. Smacking your head against your face, you point at it again. Why is it here? Better yet, why is it wearing a vest and hat? Oh no, that smile. You brace yourself for it. Isn't it obvious? He wants to be an investigator. Isn't it obvious? He wants to be an investigator. Oh my god.
Alphabet soup. The rumble from your stomach could wake a neighborhood. Okay, maybe that's an exaggeration, but you were damn well hungry. Digging through the fridge, you find nothing but cider and mustard. You really should go food shopping more. Closing the fridge, you make your way to the pantry. Nothing but cobwebs and dust. Wait, is that a can? Reaching into the back of your cabinet, you grabbed the cylindrical container and looked at the label. Chef Ponardie, alphabet soup. Holy shit! It's been years since you've had alphabet soup. Memories are coming home from preschool to a piping hot bowl of those pasta letters come to mind. Cracking open the can, you place the contents into a pot. You fire up the stove and begin the boiling process. One problem arises. There was no fresh milk to drink it with it. How could you enjoy a nostalgic meal without the nostalgic drink? Looking at the stove, you wonder if you should turn it off. That would mean you'd have to reheat it again and wait even longer. Fuck it. You set the pilot on low and begin heading out of your home, only to be stopped by the evil ball of pink hair.
Hey, Anonymous, where you going?
To the market for milk. I need to hurry. I have alphabet soup on the stove. Pinkie's sinister grin forms up on her face.
Leaving alphabet soup on the stove unattended? That could spell disaster!
All your life, you pretend... Well, that was quick. I already screwed up. Damn it. All your life, you prepared for this. The time had come for you to become a rock star. Oh, that's why it's called that. That's the name of the chapter. For almost 20 years, you've been practicing the guitar, and now the day had come to show everyone your stuff. So Rainbow Dash organized a nice little concert for you right in Ponyville. Sitting in your dressing room, Rarity applies your makeup and the last-minute clothing adjustments. I guess something's Rarity. Darling, this is going to be spectacular. Ponies from Canterlot and Manhattan have come to see you today. Looking down at your guitar, you pick at the strings. Yeah, but I must admit, I'm a little nervous. Rarity pats you on the shoulder and gives you a large smile. There's nothing to be nervous about, darling. Just do your best and everything will be fine. You give her a fake smile, convincing her that you're okay, but you could still feel the butterflies in your stomach. A swift knock rasps against the door of the dressing room, and nearly making you jump out of your skin. The coordinator pokes his head through the door with a clipboard in his hoof. 7 minutes until curtain. Grabbing your trusty guitar, you head to the stage where you can hear all the noise from the crowd outside. You begin breathing in slowly, just like your drama teacher told you to do when you had stage fright. Aw, poor guy. I know how you feel. Suddenly, one of the drums behind you pops. What? Revealing the evil pink monstrosity with her familiar grin. It's only a concert. You should really stop fretting. Is that supposed to be a joke? Is this supposed to be some kind of pun? Because I don't get it.
Rumor has it that the next issue of Daring Do was coming out soon, so it's only natural that you would go get a hold of the biggest fan in Ponyville. Throwing rocks at the giant house in the sky, you try to get the attention of Blue Speedster Rainbow Dash. Yo, Dash, get your butt out here! I have something important to tell you! After 15 minutes of rock throwing and broken windows, it was safe to say she wasn't home. Where the hell could she be? You muttered to yourself. Digging your hands into your pockets, you make your way to the tree berry. As you approach it, you can hear quiet commotion from inside. Opening the door, you peek inside. Rainbow, Twilight, Rarity, Fluttershy, and Applejack are crowded around something. Hey guys, what are you up to? They all turn to see you when Pinkie's revealed to be the attention grabber. She's in a wheelchair with casts wrapped around her legs. Oh shit, Pinkie, are you okay? What happened? You walk up to her as she gives you a sad look. I was helping the cakes put dough into a industrial mixer. Things got sour from then on there. Feeling a little bit of pity, you find yourself asking the one question you dreaded. Is there anything I could do to help? A small smile works its way onto her face. Do you mind giving me a piggyback ride? Such a simple request? Sure. You lift her up onto your back as she wraps her hose around your neck. Turning your head to her, you instantly regret helping her. That corrupt smile of hers was on her face. Thanks! I couldn't stand being in a wheelchair! What the Are you kidding me? I hate you so much. That's horrible.
Alright, Wooten, let's see how much I hate my life after this. Shall we? There had been a rumor going around that you had a new teacher for your math class. You didn't really care. Math wasn't your forte. However, you weren't really doing all that well, so maybe a fresh new start was in order. As you left your locker, you made your way for the classroom. Ponies were rushing throughout the hallway, most in a hurry to get to their next class. You walk into the dreaded classroom and take your usual empty seat in the back of the classroom. Removing your textbook and notebook from your bag, you place them on the desk and wait for class to begin. The bell rings, signaling the class's start. Your heart drops as the teacher walks in. It's that demented pink demon, Pinkie. She begins writing her name on the board as all the ponies whisper amongst each other. Once she has it up, she turns to the class, a smile stretched across her face. My name is Miss Pie, and I will be your new math teacher. She removes her glasses, her smile growing wider. Can anyone tell me the importance of geometry? You brace yourself for it. This was going to be a long semester. No one answers, leaving her smile to expand. Without geometry, life is pointless! Oh my god, I'm gonna... Ah! Oh my god. Why? Why? Fuck this. I'm out. I'm out!
Gather round, kids! It's time for another one of Uncle Unknown's Wrong stories. The three little shits sit neatly in front of you, ready for their next story. Uncle Unknown, can you tell us about the time you was stuck in that little camp of yours and you had to drag out your two men? Says the little orange shit! Giving them a grisly smile, I nod my fucking head. And I say, yeah. The other two are like, oh shit, son, it's gonna be good. It was during World War I. This night sky was blocked out by the trees, leaving us with little light. So I crouched down to the little white unicorn giving her a deadly stare. Sirens begin to howl, leaving my men with me little time to react. Jumping up, you start making explosions! Boom, boom, boom! Suddenly, we're getting hit by bombs filled with mustard gas and pepper spray. 2 of my men inhale the fumes, so I strap them to my glorious body and drag them out. I stand at attention, saluting imaginary officers. When I arrive back, they pin the Medal of Honor to my naked chest. 'Cause I killed 2 million Charlies and saved over 100 men, all Private Ryan style. I survived the pepper spray and mustard gas. Pinkie Pie burst through the floorboards with a vicious smile, and suddenly the flashbacks came in. Men dying, children crying, Charleston Jews! Grabbing Pinkie Pie in the headlock, she manages to grunt out, I guess you could say he was a seasoned veteran.
Oh my god. I get it seasoned because of the mustard gas and pepper spray. I didn't get it the first time I was reading it. I thought it had something to do with the Charleston Chew, but I got it now. I got it. My throat is ash now.
Looking up at the ceiling, you let out an annoyed sigh. Being in prison sucks, especially when you were wrongfully accused. But there was no time to worry about that. You were sure Twilight would be able to prove your innocence soon enough. You sit up as hollers and jeers begin echoing throughout the prison and grab your attention. The guards did mention something about a fresh meat coming in today, and the said convict would be your new cellmate. Your heart drops as you notice who it is. The guards open the cell door and drop none other than that evil pink monster into the cell. Pinkie Pie. They quickly lock the cell up and trot off before you can utter a plea of help. Pinkie brings her face close as you begin banging your head against the cell bars.
Hi, Anon! I missed you!
You turn to her with a murderous look, holding back all your rage.
Pinkie! How in the hell did you...
You cut yourself off, not wanting to finish that sentence. It was best to leave some questions unanswered. You move over to your bed and bury your face in your pillow.
Hey, Anon! What is your favorite punctuation mark?
You turn to face her, completely bewildered by her question.
What?
You stop short, noticing the smile. That devious, evil, uncaring smile. You swing a fist at her, trying to stop her any way possible. She dodges all your attacks and takes a deep breath.
I swear, to Celestia, Pinkie, if you make a pun, I'll give them a good reason to keep me in prison.
She breathes it out as you wrap your hands around her neck.
I figured your favorite punctuation mark is the period. Because it marks the end of your sentence.
Walking down the road, you smile as you look up at the afternoon sky. Being the only human in Equestria was one thing, but being the only midget in Equestria was pretty fucking awesome. Dude, their height. Oh dear, and the spelling in this. The ponies had everything down pretty low, making your life easier. Sure, you had to get used to their stupid customs, like no meat and being nice, but not having to deal with any tallies was great. And today was even better since Pinkie had some new pastries for you to try. Opening the door to the gingerbread-like house, you let the smell of frosting and dough consume you. Pinkie stands behind the counter, a smile protruding from ear to ear. Hiya, Anon! Come on in! You enter the building and make your way to the counter where Pinkie beckons you. I've got all kinds of goodies for you to try. I was a little short on supplies, so I could only make so much. Your ears perks up at the sound of those words, little and short. You shake your head in protest. There was no need to get angry over this. She was merely telling you about the situation earlier today. Letting out a long sigh, you follow her into the kitchen, where many boxes lay across the counter. You can barely contain yourself. So many sweets to try, and they were all free. She opens one of the container, and you a cupcake on a plate. There are my new mini cupcakes. They're smaller than normal cupcakes. Aren't they cute? You look down at the pastry and grab it. Was there some kind of twisted joke? No, Anon! You think to yourself, this is merely a treat Pinkie whipped up for you to try. Stop overthinking it. Popping the cupcake into your mouth, you bite down and almost come. This thing is amazing. She digs into the next container. I tried this for the first time today. It's strawberry shortcake. Your blood begins to boil. Okay, this shit was too convenient to be a coincidence. You grab cake and slam it in her face. You think you're funny, don't ya? Pinkie looks at you completely bewildered. What? You climb onto the counter and kicking the packages off the counter in a blaze tantrum, letting out what you think is a mighty roar. You start tossing pans and bags of flour around the room. The cakes enter the room to see what all the noise is.
Pinkie, what in Celestia's name is going on?
She looks up at them with evil grin, sweat dripping down her face. I think we have a small problem.